A short review. Only when I experiment, I realize how weak I am and how superficially I respect or do certain things. The mind tries to keep me in its comfort zone by generating thoughts with which it expects me to agree. It wants me to be in harmony with this illusion. I say this because I had an experience in which I considered that I had left the physical body, that it was only in my mind. From my point of view, I say no. I also transcended this world of the duality of time and space, leaving this body. Coming out of this duality where the mind rules as it wants, I realized there is something else where space disappears and duality, by comparison, is insignificant. And yet it is so simple. We know about nonviolence, respect it, and that's it. When I considered that I came to call myself non-violent from now on, then the universe, God, or quantum physics is not essential what I call it or who it is. It gives me a situation that confirms if I can call myself non-violent, if I join a group of non-violent people, or if I keep trying. Non-violence can also be interpreted as an evolved level of consciousness, where the individual overcomes aggressive impulses or violent reactions, consciously choosing to respond with compassion and understanding in conflict situations. This implies a spiritual and emotional maturity, reflecting a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings. It can also be a state of being. In this sense, non-violence is more than a tactic or a strategy. It is a state of being, an intrinsic quality of how a person lives and interacts with the world. It is a deeply internalized commitment to live in harmony with others and the environment, reflecting a constant choice to act with gentleness, respect, and love, or as a moral law. Non-violence is often seen as a fundamental ethical principle that guides behavior in human relations. It is a moral standard that condemns any form of physical or psychological violence against others, promoting peace and mutual respect. But the final test always gives you the diploma or not. After these 3 days, I can say that I feel countless times, which made me see how weak and superficial I am. But what I have learned from the experience of many years is that any fall or failure is nothing more than feedback that gives me a certain level that should not be ignored, but should not influence me emotionally. What I learned is to continue on my way. My sattvic diet has remained the same, and the results are not slow to appear. Now, I will start for the next 3 days. Truthfulness, Satya, to try to tell the truth at the highest levels known to me. Satya, one of the fundamental principles of Yama in yoga, refers to the virtue of truth and integrity. Satya means telling and living, in fact, but its implications are much more profound and encompass speech and authentic behavior consistent with inner thought. Satya principle. Authenticity. Satya asks us to be authentic in all our existence and requires us to harmonize our thoughts, expressions, and deeds. We must live consistently and transparently with our values and beliefs. Authenticity means not hiding our true nature or pretending to be something other than who we are. Honesty in communication. Satya stresses the importance of honesty in communication. Telling the truth means avoiding lying and communicating clearly and directly, avoiding exaggeration, innuendo, or any form of information manipulation. Respect for others. The practice of Satya must be balanced with the principle of ahimsa, which means non-violence. This means the truth should not be used to hurt others' feelings or cause damage. The truth must be expressed with care and respect, considering the impact of our words on others. Seeking inner truth. Beyond being honest with others, Satya invites us to explore and recognize our inner truths. This can mean confronting personal realities we might deny or avoid and acknowledging our limitations, emotions, and motives. Truth is a tool of liberation. In the spiritual philosophies from which Satya originates, truth is seen as a means of liberation. By accepting and expressing the truth, we free ourselves from illusions and live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Satya's practical applications. In daily practice, Satya can guide making moral choices, such as choosing not to participate in gossip or spreading rumors or choosing to be honest about our mistakes. It can also guide us in building trusting relationships by being transparent about our intentions and actions, and by being honest in our communication. Living according to Satya takes courage and integrity, requiring constant and honest assessment of how we present and engage with the world. In conclusion, Satya is about not telling lies and cultivating a life centered on truth, authenticity, and deep respect for us and others. A commitment to transparency and honesty can profoundly transform how we interact with the world. I devote my energy to deeply integrating the principles of Yama and Niyama, recognizing that they form the backbone of any sustainable spiritual structure. Aware that without these essential foundations, no further spiritual development can be stable or complete, I commit myself to cultivating these disciplines, which guide ethical behavior and amplify my connection to the spiritual universe. It is essential to follow this systematic approach to ensure that the foundations I'm building will support all advanced aspects of my long-term spiritual journey.